I'll just get to the point. The Black community here in the United States is in division, division, and it needs help. You guys realize I have an accent. I migrated here 10 years ago. So, my culture, I was raised differently. I believe in traditional roles in a relationship. I believe in submission, right? But in order for a man to get submission and get traditional roles, he needs to earn that. I also understand what the guy was saying earlier. When you travel to different countries, they have different cultures, the way they were raised, the way I was raised. I understand that, but you men have to understand that when you all trying to travel to another country and get into a relationship with a woman from there, you got to understand that that woman is used to the men in her country treating her a different way. And what I'm trying to get to the point, what I'm trying to say is this. While living here in the United States of America, I dated for 5 years. I only dated Black African American men. The dating, what I experienced, it was horrible. And I can take accountability for probably I made poor choices, but not all choices were poor. It's just the men out here, the way that they treat their women, they treat them a different way. And the way that some of the men in my country treated me back then, they treated me with more respect and dignity. So I don't want to say that the men in my country, I don't want to say like, oh, they're better than the men out here. I'm not going to say that. But while joining different panels on TikTok, it came to my understanding that there are different categories of men. There are the Rays and the Dusties, and there are the men with the good characteristic traits and the good character and all of this. So I came to my understanding that I need to vet better. But what makes me feel so sad is to see and to hear that we have a group of men who call themselves the passport boys, and they want to take a trip overseas to get into relationship with women from the overseas. But they need to understand that these women, they were raised in their own culture. And in their own culture, they date people from their own culture. And within their own culture, these men treat them a different way. So if these men are looking to travel overseas, they need to be careful, because overseas people have a different way of thinking. They may have the way of thinking, I may want to be with that person for some documents, green card, 5 years, and leave. Or maybe it can be genuine. So there are pros and cons in traveling overseas. And the men who are looking to travel overseas, my advice, be careful. And you got to keep in mind that people from a different culture like to stick with their own. I'm not saying that they're biased. I'm just giving you guys a little advice. Also, there are good Black African American women here in your country. These are the women that give birth to you Black African American men. Why deny them? Why deny them that choice of having you and leaving them behind to go somewhere else to get yourself someone else? Why deny these women? There are good women out here for you all to be in a relationship with. There are consequences in traveling overseas. There can be negative and there can be positive. But if you all choose to go overseas and you want to be passport boys, that's on you. But there are good women out here. And I was saying the same thing. I was like, the Black men out here, they ain't it. But it's not all. So I'm not going to be sitting and talking like you all and saying, you know what? I'm tired of these Black American men. I'm just going to go back to my country and date someone there. No, I'm not going to think like that. I know there are good men out here, good Black African American men out here. Likewise, there are good Black African American women. There are good women with characteristic traits. There are women that have traditional values. There are women out here that wants to be submissive. They want to marry. There are women with good values. Why deny these women of the chance to be with you, leave them, and then take a plane and go overseas to get what? A prostitute? To get someone to con you of your papers, your documents? I'm not saying 100% of these women will do that, but let's say hypothetically 10% they will do that. 60 days fiance, sorry. The show 60 Days Fiance, is there a show that calls that? Wake up, men. And these women in the other countries, they are on social media. They are seeing you Black African American men speaking badly of your own woman, talking misogynistic ways, speaking illfully against your own woman, the same woman that gave birth to you all. They are on social media. What you think are going through the minds of these women? If you can speak badly about your own woman, the woman of your community and your culture, what would you say of them? So, Black men, wake up. Stop being and thinking that the Black woman, stop putting them in a box. What other race speak against their own but the Black community? You don't see the Hispanics or the Asians or the whites coming on social media and talking about their women. It's only the Black men speaking against their own kind. Stop it. You all need to come back together as one. That's all I have to say. I'm not going to fight anyone. You all realize I have an accent? I migrated here in the United States of America, and yes, I'm dual citizen. So nobody not going to say, oh, she's an immigrant, she illegal. I'm dual citizen. Okay? But I'm just an outsider looking in. I'm an outsider. I live here, but I'm an outsider looking in, and I'm saying what I see. And what I'm hearing, I'm tired. I'm tired of this BS. So you all want to fight? You all want to go overseas? Go ahead, bye. Go overseas. But there are good Black African American women here. They are going to be traditional. Some of them, they are going to be submissive. And you know what? It is very, very sad because I was in a panel a few nights ago, and within the Black community, the young ladies are saying they don't want to get married. And that's bad. They don't want to go by the biblical way. They say they don't want to do that no more. Because why? They are listening to the older people. They're listening to the older people complaining and saying the relationship's not working out. The marriage is not working out. So they don't want to get married. They don't want to have children. So I don't know what's going to happen to the Black community. You guys need to figure it out. But you guys need to work together as one. Stop the division amongst each other. Work it out. You men need to give your women a chance. There are good Black African American women out here. That's all I have to contribute. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Good night.
Thank you, Nova. Right. Thank you, Nova. Bye.
Good night. Muscle Nova, if you don't mind, I do want to say something to you. You know, I got to tell you, you know, like I find it, I don't know how I feel about it when I hear women say, you know, that the guys are sitting up, you know, bashing. And I understand what it is that you're saying. I really do, you know, but the truth of the matter